Alright, so here are a couple more resources I made for the lesson plan that I talked about in the previous video. I'm doing my lesson plan on parts of a story, and the book that myself and the class would be looking at is called The Pout-Pout Fish Cleans the Ocean. So yeah, here's a couple of my resources here. So this first one here, we have parts of a story. We talked again about the beginning, the middle, and the end. For this, it's just kind of a chart to go over what we would have talked about with the storyboard, what would have been talked about previously in the week, kind of how you could decide what's the beginning, the middle, and the end, things for the students to look for, like when they were doing the storyboard. So the beginning, we have, it's the start of the story. You kind of meet the characters, like I mentioned in the previous video. In this story, we meet Mr. Fish, we meet his friends. So we learn about what the characters are doing and where the characters are. So the setting. In this case, the setting is just very general. It's in the ocean somewhere. Middle, that's where the action happens, or there's usually a problem or a conflict that the characters need to fix. In this case, Mr. Fish and his friends find a big pile of garbage in the ocean, and they're trying to figure out what's in it, how it got there, how it got to be this bad. So the ending of the story is the problem has been fixed. So the story's finished, the book is over. In the ending, there's, the problem has been resolved. In this case, it's the garbage. All the fish have decided to team up to try to help fix the issue with the garbage, the pollution, and the illustrations there are really neat too, because it shows a whole bunch of ways that the fish are going about looking at this and things that they can do, and I will maybe make a video on that a bit later. I tried to make it nice and big, the font. In our class, we do have an IEP student who is visually impaired, so having the larger font for her, the clear, concise, different sections. This is a chart that, it has magnets on the back. It can be hung on the board or, hung elsewhere in the classroom, and it can just stay up for the students to refer to. So that's the parts of a story. And then this is sort of talking about the characters, the setting, and the plot. So, who do we see and hear about? In this case, it's Mr. Fish and his friends. The setting, so where are the characters? What are the places mentioned in the story? So the characters are fish, they are living in the ocean, and they are currently at a big pile of trash in the ocean. And so the plot, so what happens in the story, what parts are important. So the key point of this story is just they have a problem and they come to a solution. They see the garbage, they clean it up. That's the two most main important concepts. These sections down here are just blank. It's laminated, so the idea is, you could write on it, you can have the students talk and discuss, and you can write their ideas down on the chart. This same idea, you can also leave it up, hang it somewhere in the room that the kids can refer back to. And yeah, so those are those two sources, and I will make another video about the book itself. Thanks.